I'm Mike Davidson with Long Range Pursuit. We're up here in the Northwest Territories hunting Dall Sheep with Harold Grindy and his Gannett River Outfitters. On last week's episode, we were able to follow one of Harold's clients around, Al, as he was able to harvest his Dall Sheep using one of our Gunwerks rifles. Now we got into a shooting situation where Al just couldn't quite reach out there with his rifle, and we were able to let him use ours, and he harvested a great ram at 630 yards.
When he said that, I knew that that's it. We're gonna shoot this sheep, so there's no more fooling around. And we couldn't get any closer, and most of my shooting had been at 400 yards, sometimes 5 in practice, and this shot was over 600. And I wasn't really confident with my rifle, and Mike's rifle was available, and he offered to let me use it. It was a long way and this very steep angle, and wasn't the easiest shot I've ever tried.
Looks like 680, Al.
Okay, dollar in there, Mike.
We're looking about 10%. We need to subtract about 10%, so let's just go about 610. That gives us about... Yep, I think that'll work. He's the one on the left.
Okay, I got it.
When you're ready, just give it a nice squeeze.
Any more bullets?
You get
550. There he goes. There he goes. Yep, he just tipped over.
Woo! He's down.
What about that other one?
He's down.
No good. The other one's no good.
Put that sucker on safety.
Without that rifle, I would have never got that sheep. There's no doubt in my mind. That was the difference. Absolutely. One big sheep. Oh, walking up on that sheep was, it's a dream of a lifetime. Well, I'm just totally overjoyed. That's all I can say. Excited. It's been a lot of effort, and it's probably my one and only time to ever get a chance at that, and I was pretty grateful to get it.
On this week's episode, it's my turn to fill my tag, so stay tuned to see if I can actually get it done. We've got some great out-of-the-box segments, we've got some great shooting tips, and also a behind-the-scenes look at some of the critical manufacturing processes used to create our new G7 scope.
On this shooting tip, we're going to talk about incline shooting and correcting for incline shots. It can be a confusing topic. There's several methods to measure incline, and there are a lot of methods that you can use to calculate your compensation. We've got a unique G7 rangefinder product that allows us to push the button and get a shoot-to range, or you can use the handheld calculator that we make. You can plug your numbers in, and that will also calculate all your ballistic parameters. We have a free online program at g7.com that allows you to plug your ballistics in and print a nice little drop chart like this that tells you your correction. What we're going to talk about today is a more simplified method. It's called the Rifleman's Rule. It's pretty basic trigonometry. We're going to multiply our line of sight distance by the cosine of the angle of incline. We've simplified that. We've made a nice correction chart on the Gunwerks spuds cloth, and it's pretty straightforward. I've got a target set up over here at 600 yards. It's about a 15-degree angle. Now I'm going to take for the 15-degree angle, and here's my correction factor, 97 or 97%. I'm going to multiply 600 yards by 97%, and that's going to give me a shoot-to range of 580 yards. Looks like that worked pretty good. I'm Aaron Davidson, and that's how to compensate for an incline shot using the Rifleman's Rule.
My name is Harold Grindy. I am the manager, I guess, here at Gainer River Outfitters in the Northwest Territories. We have a Dall Sheep and Caribou Moose area. This is our base camp on Palmer Lake. We start and end all our hunts from here. My nieces and nephews work here, their husbands. It's really a family operation.
Well, the plane made it in last night. Brought all our gear with it. Got my puffy coat. It ain't a day too soon. It's cold this morning. Wind's howling. We're kind of fogged in. There's 9 rams up that drainage. It's about a 3-hour walk. It's a good day for walking because we sure can't do any glassing. We've been hustling to get up here. We're kind of fighting some weather. The fog's moving in on us again, but we think they're right up here in this bowl, so we're gonna sit here and take a break, and hopefully we're gonna get up there and get one killed today. Can't do this back home. You'd get sicker than dogs, but up here this water's just crystal clear. It tastes pretty good when you're thirsty. So.
We've come about 4 miles around and we're slipping up this draw. Supposedly the rams are right in this basin above us. We'll try to find a spot to camp and make a play.
Well, we're just cruising up this bottom, trying to glass up into these canyons and see if those sheep are around. This draw that we're looking at right now is where we seen them last night. We was on that side of the mountain, way up in there. So, we'll see. It's lifting a little bit, so there might be hope. We made really good time heading up the bottom of this river drainage, and I kept looking up at the peak that we had to climb over. I mean, it was a high saddle that we had to get through, and I just kept looking, thinking, how am I going to get up there? We're gonna get up here on top here, check this basin behind us, circle around, and then we'll drop down into the basin where we think they're at, if they're not over here. So hopefully they're right over there, less than a mile to go. We're gonna kill some sheep today. I got a good feeling. What about you? He does too.
Smell blood in the air.
Choosing the right bullet weight is important to maximize performance at long range. Lighter bullets can attain higher muzzle velocities, but they also have lower ballistic coefficients. Heavier for caliber bullets will have high BCs, but the trade-off is lower muzzle velocities. For long-range hunting applications, the critical performance metrics are retained velocity, wind deflection, and bullet drop. We can use the free online ballistic program at www.g7.com to calculate and evaluate the downrange performance for different bullet selections. This comparison shows the results from the 140, 168, and 180 grain VLD bullets fired from a 7mm Remington Magnum cartridge. Based on these findings, the 168 grain VLD is the best overall selection for the 7mm Remington Magnum cartridge.
We made it. It took some climbing. There was a lot of rock climbing and some side hilling. But we made it up to the top of that saddle. Jeremy and Trevor snuck out to the edge of that thing, and right off the bat they turned around and said, "We got some sheep right down in here." We got 2 rams down there. Jeremy's looking at them, see which one's better, see if they're good enough to take. Just getting ready to hike up this hill behind us, and boom, there they are right down at the bottom. They're just kind of feeding away from us about 400 yards. I'm just going to sit here a minute and let them feed around the corner and see what we're going to do. Both nice sheep. The one's 10 years old, and he's not real long. He's rubbed off a little bit on the ends, but he looks good. Well, he had everybody go, and the wind kind of switched, and he stood up like he was going to take off. We just about let him have it, then he laid back down. We're all freezing up there. About 400 yards. I don't know. Just wait him out, I guess.
The G7 rifle scope is built by Night Force Optics. Each scope must pass an extreme set of quality control tests, including the punishing side impact test. Absolutely 0 point of impact shift is allowed. No other scope is built to withstand this level of testing. Every component is designed, manufactured, and assembled to a stringent set of specifications and tolerances. The critical components are those that affect the tracking and adjustment mechanism of the scope, or hold the lens elements in place. Any shift or variation can cause a significant change in performance. With an optical system using a reticle for aiming, any displacement of any one of the many lens elements will distort the apparent position of the reticle. The amount of shift required to change your point of impact significantly is very slight. This piece of paper is only 0.03 of an inch in thickness, and when inserted in the test fixture, it displaces the reticle several minutes of angle. To prevent any of the lens elements from shifting due to side impact, recoil, or vibration, every lens is cemented into its respective lens cell using a proprietary military-spec bonding agent. After the epoxy is mixed and applied, the lens assemblies are cured in a laboratory oven. This secures the lenses in a semi-rigid, stress-free manner that eliminates any lens shift. The lens cells that contain the lens elements are also precisely machined to fit the scope body, further eliminating a common source of point-of-impact shift. The spring that maintains pressure on the erector tube is critical to holding your zero and making repeatable and precise adjustments. These springs start as raw material on coils and go through several operations to cut, bend, and punch the spring into proper form. After the pieces are formed, they will spend up to 2 weeks in the polishing tumbler to create a smooth surface that guarantees flawless operation. The material is pure titanium and will not fatigue with repeated use. After the spring passes quality inspection, it will give a lifetime of dependable service. The elevation adjustment threads require a perfect fit to minimize backlash and ensure accurate adjustments. Each adjustment stem is turned and then threaded using precise CNC equipment. The tolerances are extremely tight, with over 100 threads per inch. The assemblies are hand-fit and tested to meet minimum specifications for backlash, less than 1/30th the thickness of a human hair. When the components are assembled into the finished product, the attention to detail and quality allow these scopes to pass the toughest torture test in the industry and hold 0 under the most punishing impacts and track precise adjustments perfectly. 2 performance metrics vital to long-range hunters and shooters.
Oh, nice. Holy cow. Nice shot. Found it hard.
Okay, Mike. He's getting up.
All right. How far is he, Rob?
450. He's 12 years old. Let's bust him.
You guys ready?
Yeah, you bet.
I'm gonna bust him.
Still 450.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Low. What's he at for range?
He's the bottom round.
Somebody got the range on it?
I don't have one. No.
450. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
That got him.
That good shot. Perfect shot. Yeah. Perfect shot. Good shot. Back, maybe. That had to go through lungs, man. Yeah, he was like quartering away. He's gonna tip over. Yeah, we hear him through the gap. Still 450.
450?
Mm-hmm.
He's dead.
Oh yeah.
That was a nice shot.
Boy, he soaked
I thought
it up.
was pretty far forward, but yeah, you got him. Good shot. Yeah, man.
There we go.
Boys, right on. Man, stick a fork in that one, I guess. Holy cow.
Get shooting.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
We got a ram.
Well, ram down.
We busted our hump for him, but we got one.
Ram down.
Nice mature ram. Those horns.
Oh, nice. Look at that, boys.
Oh yeah.
That's a good sheep, man. Thanks, you guys.
Oh yeah.
Check that out. Hot biggity, man. Hot biggity.
Good job.
Right on. Thanks, man. Hey, thanks, bro. Right on, man. So, what do you think on the age? What are you looking for when you're aging?
12. And he looks like he's 13 and a half. Right here's his second ring. So you have his lamb button here, and you start at the tip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and a half.
13 and change, huh?
Got her. 13th was buried under hairline. 13-year-old ram. That's awesome, man. This is a smoker. 36 inches.
These boys have put this gun where you dial it on, you hold it on the animal, you pull the trigger, and he's dead. It's precision work, and it's first class. Everybody was extremely happy. The weather was dropping, the fog was dropping. We were glad to have one on the ground. we ease up to him, and of course we let Mike go in and have a first look, and with a smile on his face, we knew we had a good one down. Rob and I come up and had a look, and his ram was actually 13 years old, which is outstanding. 37 inches long, a little better than we thought he was, so everybody was pretty jacked up.
Yeah, I had a great hunt. I really appreciate Harold Grindy letting us come up here. I'd like to thank my guides Jeremy Hatala and Rob for doing such a great job and taking care of us, putting us on those good rams. I was able to harvest an awesome ram, and just an awesome experience. The scenery and everything was just everything I expected the sheep hunt to be. If you'd like to book a hunt with Harold and Gannett River Outfitters, here's how to do it.